Next, we have coming all the way from the continent of Africa, from the Republic of Uganda, the Honorable Lematia Mali Ondoru. She's a member of Parliament in the Republic of Uganda, legislating laws and policies for more than 35 million people. Mali Ondoru is a presidential advisor on family affairs, and as a parliamentarian, she deals with the economy, trade, and business. Honorable Ondoru is a mother and a wife to Mr. Ondoru. Lematia. So, Honorable Lematia Mali Ondoru is your middle name. I see. Oh, I gotta go after the person that wrote this then. Anyway, this is the Honorable Lematia. She's the wife of Mr. Lematia, okay? And has been married for more than 40 years. Give her a hand just for that. The Honorable Lematia has been involved in international and regional policy on peace and economic development for the full extent of her career. Please give her a really wonderful hand. Up, the Honorable Lematia. I will get it before we finish. Let's give the Honorable Lematia a wonderful hand. Thank you.
Thank you. Let me repeat my name again.
Yes.
My name is Lematia Ruth Mali Ondoru. I keep that order. I keep on telling in my country that I prefer to have it that way. Why I need all these names? They have a meaning. Lematia, of course, is my husband's name. Ruth is my Christian name, which I had to acquire because I had read the Bible. I saw the beauty of Ruth as a woman with high faith. And it is out of that faith that the Bible tells us Ruth is the great-great-grandmother of Jesus. What a faith. So I got that name for myself. Molly is my name, which was given to me by my father when I was young. Ondoru is my maiden name. It carries a meaning precious child. So I use all four of them. You can choose one and call me by that. Additional, I am a professional nurse. And they have already told you I'm a mother and a wife, and I'm a grandmother of 2 cutie boys and waiting for the third one. I have worked for Uganda government in various capacities. I worked as a bedside nurse for a very short time, and then worked as an administrator and a tutor, and worked later on as a lecturer in university, and also I worked as a vice chancellor in charge of a university. Now I retired, but not tired, and I'm now a politician representing a group of people in a district, one of the small districts in Uganda, northwest of the country. I'm a lover of children. I love children very, very much. And for that reason, I quite agree with my observations. When I was in the United States, I used to hear that when children are leaving home to go to school, parents would cry. They would cry in the airport. They would even come back, because I stayed there long and had the opportunity of sharing family life with others. The parents would come to the room where the child or the children have been sleeping, and they would sit there crying because the child has been separated from them. Back home, when a girl gets married, the girl cries, the parents cry, particularly the mother cries, because they have been separated. However, today, our topic is that strengthening In family, we make sure our children love their parents, because a mother is going to teach the children. Father is going to teach the children. Or father and mother are going to impress upon the children that we live in love. You begin to tell the young one that that is your sister, that is your brother, that is your grandmother, that is so and so. You are trying to inculcate love into this child. They must also learn how to transform and develop themselves within their own environment. In African family model, everyone in the community is part of the family. And the community is responsible for your child. We teach our children to respect. You respect your neighbor, the child must respect the neighbor. The child must be able to understand why these other people are not within the smallest cell of the family. We allow our children to be free and grow with godly values. It's important. It's important for us to teach these children to grow with godly values of themselves and of other people. That it enables them to understand the meaning of family for love, peace, and then children will develop with free minds. Having said that, the current trend of employment and the growing trend of conflicts at all levels has increasingly caused the divorce. The divorce rate is now very alarming in this country. And yet we want peace. We have brought these children on earth and we are not creating peace for them. The family which used to be the hope of peace and prosperity. I'm sorry I couldn't prepare this in PowerPoint. It's because I picked this topic within here and did it in a hurry. You will bear it with me. Parents no longer have time with their children in the name of making ends to meet. Our parents, even back in Uganda, parents are very busy. For instance, I spent very little time with my children because I kept on moving to work far away from home. Except when I come back, I will pick the little one and put on my back and move around with it, so that I impress upon this child that I'm actually your mother. Given opportunity, I should walk with you around my chest, around my back. Men no longer demonstrate true understanding why he should have a wife. Men don't have that. It is a commercial issue. I love you, you love me, yes. Next is they are beginning to test each other. Women are fighting men in the name of women emancipation, human rights. Women now want to be emancipated and they want to be equal. My colleagues, women, at times we don't understand this very well. Because the Bible is very clear, says a woman and a man are to live together. But at times I prefer this man should respect me as much as I'm supposed to respect him. And therefore, it doesn't give peace in the heart of that man, and it creates atmosphere which is not peaceful for children as well. When we do that, men and women no longer share one common dream, investing together, raising children together. I don't know how it is in other countries. Maybe in Malaysia here. I have lived in the United States, I've lived in Europe. In my own country, women are beginning to say, this is my thing. That is his thing. Or the man says, this is my thing. That is her thing. Which should not really arise. If you remember, you took vow to say, we will live together Your property will be my property, and your people will be my people. The reality, the Bible tells us we shall pay for every sin we commit. I don't know whether there is a greater sin than you abandoning your children, not taking care of them very well. Again, the Bible tells us, blessed are people who have brought up their children. Because in reality, if you don't have these children, you are very, very uncomfortable at home. You would wish to have children. But now when you have, you are not ready to look after them. In the book of Matthew is the Bible. I know Quran, if I read it, there is somewhere where it talks of that. It says, what are put together, nobody should put it asunder, unless death has parted them. The natural calamities, I don't have power over them. I'm mainly stressing separation of a man and a woman, leaving these children to suffer. Is it time? 1 more minute? Unfortunately, current children are more than, the current rate of divorce in the world is 570,000 families break per day. Per day. As I talk now, more are breaking somewhere. And where is this greatest? Half of this is in the United States, in Europe, in South Korea, countries which I believe are better educated, better endowed with the blessings, but divorce is a common thing in these countries. You don't understand why that should be. At times I say, is it the education which has caused this? Because the ordinary people in my area, they lived. My grandmother lived with the husband until the husband died, and she remained raising the children. My mother lived with my father until death parted them. And in fact, when I was getting married, she told me, you are getting married, you know that you are going for good for the sake of those children. Never come back to us here. Don't bring these children to be raised in your father's family, because they will be back in their area as second class of people. When you remain in your locality, you are first class of people. First class of person. But when you move, you cease to be first class. I'm sure you know, when you are refugees, you are not a first class of a person. I'm about to finish. Such children become burden to the society and the nation. They do not have love. Indeed, they don't have love. They do not have value. They don't value families. They lack sense of responsibility and visionary thinking, and they conduct themselves as if they are not human beings. Last, as a result, we shall have a population of people from broken families, with full of threat to the family, to the community, threat to internationally, to society, threat to peace. The peace we are advocating here may not be there if such things are there. What is my suggested way forward? My suggested way forward is globally, we should have it in agenda to see how we will safeguard marriages as a unit of human life in order to give peace to children who are future leaders in this world. Laws should favor children. In fact, I have suggested that when a woman and a man separate, the properties they have should be saved for the children, rather than a woman saying, I will take this and go with it, and a man says, yes, these are my property. If we make these children comfortable, this world will continue to be very comfortable for every one of us, and we will leave legacy behind that we have left children who are reasonable, who are well accepted in society, and our world will remain to be a beautiful place to live in. Thank you very much.
Very good. Thank you very much, the Honorable Lematia. Lematia. And of course, she centrally reminded us that family can be the source of peace, or it can also be conversely the source of terror. And she gave us an image as she focused in on the fact that divorce is very representative in many ways of the consequence of serious migration, of a father leaving the family. And ultimately, the picture she provided us was that the children then can be like refugees. So let's please give Lematia another hand, the Honorable Lematia.